Hello there, and welcome to this little throwback vlog that I decided to put together in preparation for Kaiju Brooklyn 3 that is happening this weekend, starting May 31st. Starting us off is with Kaiju Brooklyn 1. It all began in this little small room here. I saw a bunch of vendors that I recognized from G-Fest, and others that I saw for the first time. And I may or may not have gone over budget in some parts.
Welcome to Kaiju Brooklyn.
That right there was Nick Crispino, who runs Kaiju Junkie and is also the Chief Operations Officer of Kaiju United. And this was actually the first time that we met in person, so that was very fun. Here's some footage of us walking around. This was actually from the live stream that was happening simultaneously at the event. There was then this guy who popped out of nowhere, and it was funny but baffling at the same time. Then there was a little battle between Little Godzilla and Zeton. And then later on, Nick and I met up with Yoko Higuchi. The evening ended with a screening of Shin Ultraman, which was supposed to be outdoors originally, but the rain pushed it into the arcade. And before the film, we had intros from EJ from Ultraman Connection and Kevin Derendorf. And then at the end, it was John Bellotti Jr., who gave us a small tease about Kaiju Brooklyn 2. Sadly, I did have to leave right before the third act to catch my bus. But all in all, it was a beautiful night. Fantastic weather. Kaiju Brooklyn 2 came up surprisingly fast because it was moved up to May 2024, and I went on the 30th because that's when volunteers were called in for orientation. And then the next day I arrived early to catch up with friends before being needed in the showroom.
Where the fuck did I put it?
Give me monkey.
No, what the f- It's the new one too.
Before the event fully started, we went to Brooklyn Cura, where I snagged this great 1984 lot from my buddy Adam, also known as Thirsty Thursday Toys on YouTube and Instagram.
Adam from Thirsty Thursday Toys with his prize that he won for the Kaiju Brooklyn 2 and Kaiju United live stream to give away. Not only did you win a free ticket to the event, but you have this wonderful little mini Minya bust carved by somebody named Nick Sparger in 2019. I don't know, one of the viewers donated it as an additional prize, so here you go.
Thank you. Ooh. That's really good. Look at this.
Alternate camera angle.
Oh,
I love the detail in that. Nice.
The bar had custom kaiju drinks, although I was 20 and I couldn't try them for, legal reasons. Just a few months off from being 21, but they looked awesome, like this Mothra here. And they even had these small little kaiju trinkets. At around 5:30, we set up for the VIP event, which was inside that bar. I didn't get any footage of it, unfortunately. But after the VIP party, it was followed by a screening of Ultra Galaxy Mega Monster Battle, which was introduced by Jeff Gomez, his daughter, and Andrew from G Forever.
We can clap it out. How many of you were here last year at the event? Let's hear it for last year's event.
Once again, I had to leave early, but great nights, great movie, and it was a great day. Wonderful sunset, too. Kaiju Brooklyn had expanded into 2 days, which meant Saturday was fully dedicated to panels. This first one was for Ultraman Connection featuring EJ. John is on the left, and in the middle is the founder and editor-in-chief of Kaiju United, Jacob Lyngle. Then I went to Nick's interview with Jeff Zarnoff, and right after, Nick, Jacob, and Yoko hosted a panel discussing Godzilla in the modern world. This is another menu, but this time from Frying Pan Brooklyn. And then I met up with the Luminous crew, Heisenberg and G Forever. And then later on, Adam and I caught up with Chris, also known as Yellow Swag Senpai on Instagram. He was a true bundle of joy. And then Map and the Bright Humans was performing outside the courtyard. Unfortunately, I didn't get any footage except for this photo, but he was fantastic. Then there was another Ultraman Connection panel. And then right before the movie screening, Kevin Derendorf briefly explained the history of Godzilla. The night screening was The Return of Godzilla, one of my favorites. And it was a great way to close out Kaiju Brooklyn 2. This boy Adam, he really cried at the end. I can't blame him. It was very funny. Skipping to November 2024, November 2nd to be more specific, there was a special 70th anniversary screening of the original Godzilla 1954. The vendor space was small but had a solid selection.
So we're here, waiting for the screening to start. I got this. It's a blind bag, and apparently Shin Godzilla and Space Godzilla are the rarest one out of this set. So, kind of interested. I'm gonna do this one-handed, see how well I can do it. See what we got. Okay. Feels like there's 3 heads in here, so it might be Ghidra. Hang on. Yep. Just as I suspected, we got Ghidra. Not bad, not bad.
Before the film, there were intros done by Yoko Higuchi. Well, first it was John.
The first ever screening. Stay in the light.
Then Yoko.
Okay, I'm going to try to not say anything because you're in for quite a trip here. So the original, as for many of you guys know who have seen it, it's a very somber...
And then followed by Keon Young, who actually voiced Yamamoto in Godzilla Singular Point and Dr. Onda in Ultraman Rising. After the screening, there were 2 giant birthday cakes and a room full of fans singing Happy Birthday to the Big G. I couldn't get any photos of the cakes, unfortunately, but I can tell you they were really delicious. And now on to Kaiju Brooklyn 3. Oh boy, it is going to be huge. It's expanding into 3 days now, so starting from Friday and ending on Sunday. Special guests, they include Linda Miller from King Kong Escapes, Kyung Young is returning, and Philip Andrew from Power Rangers Wild Force is coming. The vendor hall is moving into event space 52A, which is huge. It is massive. It's a major upgrade from the previous room. More panels, more activities, and even a Toku dedicated gaming, or a Kaiju dedicated gaming room, which I'm very excited about. And then a North American premiere of Ultraman Arc the movie, The Clash of Light and Evil. Tickets are still available, I believe, for all 3 days. Please check all the links in the description below for more and proper information. And that is about it. That wraps up everything here. Thank you all so much for watching and taking this little trip down memory lane with me. And I can't wait to see you all again. Please stay tuned for more. Please stay safe. And as always, I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye!